and opening your borders, say anyone can come for any reason whatsoever, regardless if they speak the language, regardless if they agree with Western values, regardless of their belief in the Constitution, it's wrong. And it's destroying the country from within. It is. And you see it in Minneapolis. You have Ilhan Omar elected to public office. She is the mascot for an immigration moratorium. You see her, you're like, there.
What's up, guys? Welcome back to my channel. It's your girl, Nanefia Scholars. Today, we are back with another video from Charlie Kirk. So today, Charlie Kirk takes on pro-mass immigration leftists. Okay, so today is about immigration. So guys, without further ado, let's get started.
Hi, Mr. Kirk. How are you? So earlier in your speech, you said that 1 in 5 Americans, no, 1 in 5 people in this country will be illegal.
Yes,
in 3 years. In 3 years. You proposed that securing our borders will help this situation, but I also think that our green card / citizenship process is a problem. So how do you suggest that we make it easier for people who want to get in this country legally to do that?
Yeah, well, first of all, thank you. I agree with part of that. I don't think, so there's this idea that we have to make it easier to get into the country. I probably agree with that. So I think that we should have a moratorium on immigration right now. I think we got to slow down. We have way too many people coming into America. We got to throttle back and digest the meal. We got to allow assimilation to happen. We have way too many people coming into America. Now, that's not saying legal immigration shouldn't go up again. I think it could be a phenomenal asset to America, and it has been a phenomenal asset. But many times in American history, specifically the 1950s and early 1960s, we ratcheted back to almost zero immigration into America. The reason is post-World War II. Of course, you know, there was a lot of damage in other places, but there was plenty of people that wanted to come to America in the 1950s, a ton. Think about it. Europe is destroyed. But they said, we have a moral obligation to World War II veterans to make sure they have good wages, good jobs, and we're going to deliver for them. That was a moral argument. Right? And so legal immigration should always be viewed through the prism, does it benefit the country and the citizens that are already here? Currently, our legal immigration system is so messed up that we prioritize the people that don't share Western values, and we don't bring the people that could potentially share Western values. I'll give you an example. The best example of how our legal immigration system is messed up is Minneapolis. Have you been to Minneapolis in the last 5 years? It is unrecognizable. Now, people call me a racist for saying this. I'm not. I don't care. I'm going to say it anyway. When you have a call to prayer approved by a Minneapolis City Council, I'm going to tell you that does not mesh with American values. I'm sorry. It doesn't. And when you come into this country and you have someone like Ilhan Omar that talks endlessly about how awful America is, despite being a beneficiary of the generosity and benevolence of America, I say there's something fundamentally wrong with that, right? Now, I contrast that with some amazing immigrants that come here legally that learn the pledge and they mesh beautifully into American society. So where's the balance? Right now, we have to slow down, throttle it back. We're doing things way too quickly. Our green card system has 1 million people coming in every single year. So I think that we need to have an English test to come into America. I think that there should be, that certain countries should be prioritized over other countries. I think certain countries share Western values, and we should be unafraid to say that. It's a thought crime. I don't care. All people are created equal. All cultures are not created equal. They're not. I'm sorry. The Chinese Communist Party is not an equal culture to America. I think there should be a moratorium of Chinese Communist Party people coming into America. Chinese Communist Party values are not synonymous with Western values. They're not. Instead, I want people that fit into the American experiment, fit into the story. And that's not a racial thing, by the way, at all, whatsoever. I believe that Cubans can make have and will make and do make the greatest Americans in America. It's not a racial thing. Instead, you look at it and say, wow, is this actually making America more free and fulfilling our obligation to our fellow countrymen? What I just said, I get attacked wildly for. I don't care. It's true, and someone needs to say it. And opening your borders, say anyone can come for any reason whatsoever, regardless if they speak the language, regardless if they agree with Western values, regardless of their belief in the Constitution, it's wrong. And it's destroying the country from within. It is. And you see it in Minneapolis. You have Ilhan Omar elected to public office. She is the mascot for an immigration moratorium. You see her, you're like, there's something wrong with that. She has nothing but negative, vile, mean things to say about America when she was rescued in a Kenyan refugee camp and brought in by our own benevolence. Guess what? Our generosity has been taken advantage over the last 20 years. It's time we put our citizens first. Thank you.
Wow. That was deep, and I think everything that he said here actually makes sense. You know, immigration is one thing that when it comes to that topic, Charlie Kirk is really furious about it. And I really get it. I really get it, because securing your border, I would say securing your border, it's not a selfish thing. isn't a selfish thing. I mean, every country every country prioritize securing their border. But I understand sometimes if you receive immigrations, you receive people in your country. Yes, first of all, they come as a human resource to you. It's capitalize your country, because people actually come, like, travel to the Western world, the Western countries, in search of like, even though fine they are going there in search of greener pastures, even though they're going there to have a betterment of their life, they're going there to add productivity to the country. And yeah, which they go there and they work as nurses, they work as all the work that you could think of, cleaner, and they add value, they add productivity to your country. And on that note, let me add up to this that he said last. If you are receiving this immigration and they add value to your country, they have something in common. They respect your culture, they respect your principles, they respect your rule, they respect the kind of, we know America, they are all Western world, Western countries, and they have certain principles that maybe other countries do not have. Or as much as you're adding value to their country, it's important to respect their culture, to respect their values, to have something in common. Because I checked a video from Douglas Murray, who he's a British, he's British, and he was arguing with these Muslims about wearing of hijab, and they were like, British has done harm to them more than good, because they do not wear hijabs, and sometimes if they wear hijab, they feel like outsiders or outcasts. Plenty talk, that is their culture. If you come to Rome, you have to make sure you do what Romans do. And I'm not saying wearing a hijab is very bad. Oh no, it's good. I mean, it's their culture. It's an Islamic culture that has some uniqueness to them, and I really respect that. But the fact that you are making the British, no, it's not their culture. They are Western, So if you come to if you migrate from your country to someone's country, you need to make sure you interline with their culture. You need to respect their culture. So I really understand why Charlie Kirk is like actually furious about this one. And he said, day in and day out, people are actually migrating to the Western world, especially America. US is where America is one of the countries that people actually migrate to a lot. Because of many opportunities there, people actually migrate from their country to America a lot. So for them to give the opportunity for people, like many people like this, you need to blend easily with them. Like, you need to blend, at least they speak English. You need to have that, at least the qualities of good communication, because you cannot be in America and you cannot even communicate with the people. So what are you actually doing there? At least if you want to migrate from your country to someone's country, at least you need to have an alignment with the person's, like the country you are moving to, the language they speak, the kind of culture they exhibit, so that at least you can learn. Because if you go to Rome, do what Romans do. You cannot just come and you people actually talk bad about America, always talk about America, their culture, this thing, and yet they lives inside. They reside there. So if you don't like America, why do you actually move from your country to that country? If you don't like America, leave. Why do you have to migrate from your country to come to a country that you despise so much? So for people to actually gain the opportunity legally to enter, at least you need to have something in common. Like the language, the kind of the culture they live. You need to respect all, the anthem, so that it will be worth it. Anyway, let me know what you actually think about this video. You think America should just leave their border for everyone to enter, irrespective of where you're coming from, what you're coming to do? Or you think it's okay for a country to be selfish with you? But let me know what you think about this video. If you have any suggestion or anything to say or anything to subtract to, I'll be glad to see it in the comment section. If you are new to my channel, welcome, and don't forget to click on the subscription button for more notifications. Thanks for watching.